Thomas is my co-founder on AgileVentures. And so we'll just go around. We won't do everybody in the room because it's all new for them. But yeah, Thomas, how are things with you?
I'm fine. I saw your drafts for the circular thing that you were hoping to get, this different steps of engagement in AgileVentures, and I'm very happy to see that you also made one for the nonprofits. And I downloaded them, and I will speak to a guy that makes illustrations and see if we can come up with some sort of a draft for us to process, And
I just did those sort of in preparation for this meeting here. That this cycle of like, what's the value proposition for people coming into AgileVentures, where they're coming from, to have the full Agile experience, and then, basically level up on job-ready skills, and then also what's in it for the charities. And I've been telling the guys here about the charity jamboree that we're doing, and now the charities are getting quite excited about having things built for them. But this is my very, very limited stylistic skills with the arrows.
Very, very limited, actually.
I know. No, this is something in the design cycle.
No, but the thing is that, my initial reaction, and this is probably a discussion for some other time, but my initial reaction was that, 10 points is a little much, perhaps, in graphic.
I'm always saying too much. People know I speak too fast. I say too much, but that's I rely on
less. Less is more. So let's. This is a great start, and let's see what we can do with it, and perhaps we can boil it down a little bit, or make it presentable. So, but it's a great initiative. So yeah. Other than that, there are some outstanding pull requests. I did some code review on website 1. Hopefully, we can merge some stuff into develop. Small steps forward. Until we make any other decisions on what to do with website 1, we might as well honor the work that the guys are doing.
Yeah, the advanced search. Yeah, good show.
Yeah, and so other than that, I'm struggling with building a content management system for a client. So
yeah,
a lot of Ajax work. I learn how to do that in Rails. That's very interesting. So, but nothing stopping me in technical terms.
Yeah. Okay.
The usual lack of time and lack of energy.
Don, our Chief Joy Officer here, who's saying, like, actually there's a danger with us telling us a story about that we have no time. Like, we want to maybe change the internal dialogue and say, I have some time. And if we say it enough in our heads, maybe it will become real.
Let's hope so. I'll try that, and I'll let you know. I'll report back.
There is some time. We can have moments. And I was going to say, yeah, you and I were going to try and get together to roll the certificates for the AB102 tomorrow. Let's see.
Yeah. That's another headache. Yeah, sure.
Let's check in with Michael. How are things with you, Michael?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad.
I just responded to some of your comments on GitHub.
Yes.
I'm hoping to get a response to some of my questions so that I can complete what needs to be done to get the pull request pulled in.
Yes, indeed. I really appreciated the 2 versions that you created. I think I haven't had a chance to read or have I just kicked the projector, haven't I? The very latest comments. Yeah, I was sort of considering showing the guys here some of the code that we were looking at. So this is the LocalSupport project. And
I can't see your screen if you're sharing anything. But
am I not sharing the screen?
Not here.
I think I am sharing the screen. Can you?
I see your screen. So.
Oh, okay. I'll come back then.
Okay. Well, I'll just so I mean, so one thing that also happens with AgileVentures. I mean, if I had more time, I would be pairing with Michael. And in the past, I've paired with him a lot, and we did a lot of the work on LocalSupport. Now, because I've got this bootcamp to run, he does a lot of work pairing other people, but then he submits the work that he's done, like with people in the States. He then submits them, and as I come in on the train in the morning, I'm reviewing the pull requests for the code that he's submitted. So if we go back over to here, so this is you can see the pull requests in LocalSupport, if I can spell correctly. Here we go. And so this is this process. Actually, we're now using this for code review within Makers Academy for the weekly challenges. And it's the natural process whereby contributions come into projects, and you can see the set of changes that have been suggested. I have to say I generally find it quite difficult to review those changes in this format. I use RubyMine, for managing my Rails projects generally. And so I'll bring them into RubyMine, and then I can do, having fetched Michael's code, I can do git kind of compare with branch, and I can look at the comparison between what we've actually got in the system at the moment and his suggested changes, and kind of go through that. And I was.
Do you know to split your GitHub?
I don't know. Can you?
Go back to GitHub and unify this split in the top right.
Go top.
That's
Right.
the right.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I can't do in GitHub is, like, if I'm in here and I'm on, let's say, this thing there, I can jump to that piece of code directly by doing Command B. So what the reason that I'm there is not specifically for the split view per se. It's more to be able to edit around in the code freely and to be able to edit those code and sort of I can immediately. So here, this was a suggestion that I made to Michael. I saw this method here for this new feature. It's kind of getting pretty long, and I said, well, maybe this functionality should be pushed into another model or a service, or at least in the first instance, let's pull it out into a private method. And so that's the kind of discussion that we're having. Having that they built some code, and I'm going back and forth. And also, so if you guys were submitting pull requests to these projects, then I'd be reviewing your code and giving you feedback on these things and trying to tie them in with the client needs. I'll just come back to Michael. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of I'm sort of bringing them up to speed on this. Probably I won't have unless there's a concise thing that you want me to answer. I'll probably be reviewing this on the train on the way home and make sure you get an answer. Within a couple of hours from now. The thing I was particularly interested to mention to these guys, what I thought is one thing, and I really love that, in this context that you made those two alternatives. Like you added some additional functionality to the proposed organization edit, but then you also said, well, that's one way to go, but when you suggested the presenter as an alternative as well. So I thought that was really excellent. The interesting thing is, if I can go into the, let's find this. Yeah, this not the edits controller, but this is the presenter version. I'm trying to find the right bit of code. Not finding it so easily.
It's on a different branch altogether.
The latest new code, but we've got a new model that you've made, which is the proposed organization edit.
That was pulled in before, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just sort of I think what's interesting about I don't know why I'm in the control. Here it is, proposed organization edit. That's the one. So what Michael had done here is created this new module called proposes edits. So the whole idea for this functionality is something that the client has actually requested, is that people who are not the super admins of the site should be able to propose changes to the listing that we have of the charity system, the Harrow Community Network system, and that then the admin will be able to come along and approve them. So we now have this, like you can look at all the different proposed edits. So there's a new model that was created in Rails for proposed organization edits. And in order to avoid that becoming completely convoluted, Michael created this module and has got these new things like the fields are going to be editable. And then we've got the proposes edits module, which does various things with mixing in class methods and sort of relatively advanced Ruby stuff that makes the proposed organization edit model really quite clean, and it's sort of following it's a very Rails way of doing things. That's all of these other things like belongs to and so on. They're all stuff.
You don't like it because I didn't refactor it out.
Well, I guess I have mixed feelings about it because I think it makes this look really good, but it means that it's kind of a little bit complex under the hood, and the client now, we misinterpreted what the client wanted slightly, and now the client wants kind of a little bit of additional functionality. And now the process of adding that functionality on top of this this module is making my head hurt a little bit. But I think what's interesting there is the interplay between what the client was asking for and the desire, I think, on Michael's part to explore using this Rails style. And I think that's, to go back to the earlier point about the fastest way to learn, is that I think that interplay between what the client needs and being able to deliver a particular thing to the client versus how you're then molding and kneading the code and refactoring complexity into different parts of the system that's the crucible, right, in which, you know, higher levels of learning are forged, from my point of view. And I'd love to have you guys involved in sort of battling with those ideas on, you know, me giving you some guidance on them, and as well, you know, there's other people in that community like Michael and Thomas who can give you the benefit of their experience and so on. Yeah, I mean, I guess I think what I was saying in my last comment to you, Michael, was I felt like, just as a sort of a leg up for my brain, I'd really love to see the unrefactored version of this to work out if some of I started to be suspicious of some of the complexity in here, feeling like maybe we didn't necessarily need it, but yeah, but that was the point that I left you those comments this morning. It sounds like if you've written long comments, I should probably read those and digest them. Unless there's is there a succinct point that you wanted to make about my area comment?
No.
No. Okay.
No, just...
Yeah, and they made sense. Like I was sort of questioning whether we, like this Boolean here, you know, it seems like to me that the result of this if-else statement would always be for this to be evaluated. Does that make sense?
No, because 24 on line 24 instance edit.send publish field checks the publish field. So what I mean by that is the things like publish phone and publish address, which could be true or false.
Right, but okay, right. I was thinking.
So if that published field exists on the model, then you respect the published field.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm getting it there. But so I was thinking here, like, in this edit to respond to published field, like this send operation here would then
yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I think that's the problem with making up.
Published field is actually a symbol. So
well, yeah, that definitely helps me. Yeah, so I'll do another review on this and we'll talk more about it. Okay, cool. And then, well, yeah. So the big thing on my side is trying to see if I can get these guys excited about being involved in these projects. Is there anything else that we need to chat about right now?
Nope, I'm cool.
All right, good stuff. All right, well, thanks for jumping in, guys, and chatting with the guys here. We'll see if any of them are inspired to get involved in the process.
Yeah, any questions to us, perhaps, guys?
Any questions for Thomas or Michael about the process of AgileVentures and how it's affected them? They've both been working on this and pairing online with us for the last year or so. No, I think no questions. It's
No questions.
It's been completely transparent. So
it's all clear. All right.
good stuff. All right, thanks guys. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.
All right.
All right,
Take it easy. Bye.
All right, bye for now.